We were waiting for you, Lee.
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry.
That's okay.
I did it,
That's
Ellie.
good.
Yeah.
We allow 5 minutes, and after that you have to pay a fine.
Oh, okay.
Well, welcome. This is great, you know, to have so much positive response to our call for bringing younger people into Rotary. And after some discussion, our members thought, you know, this would be awesome to work with this younger group together because, like I said in my email, eventually we will all start petering out. And after 115 years of success with Rotary, Rotary needs to go on. So I am really happy that you made it. You know, there was a lot more interest. We have at least 15 people that expressed an interest, but many are either starting studies, or they're working. So that's why we're recording this meeting, so then they can listen to it later. And then amongst yourself, and we'll talk about that later, you can decide what is a good time for you to meet all together with 9-12 hours time difference in that. So I will introduce myself first for those who don't know me. My name is Ellie Contreras. I was born in Holland, and I'm a past district governor in Rotary and a founding member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada. And we have members across the globe. And that's why we thought it was very suitable for our club to sponsor a Young Leaders Club. And we'll talk about that, the name and all that. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. So I'm going from left to right. Sharon is on my left. Sharon, would you introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, I'm Sharon Blaker, and I was the president of the Rotary Club of Chilliwack, and due to circumstances, I joined the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. I'm currently a board member, and I'm chair of the membership committee, and I'm very excited about this endeavor. So, welcome.
Tammy, President Tammy.
Hi there. So my name's Tammy Waugh. I'm not the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, but anyways, I grew up on Prince Edward Island on a dairy farm. I've traveled and lived all over Canada, Yellowknife, now in Red Deer. We've lived in Nova Scotia, various places. So I have been in Rotary since 1994, recently retired, and was hoping to travel a lot this year, but I think those plans have been curtailed. So nice to see all of you, and I hope we get this going. It's very exciting.
Thanks, Tammy. May, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm May. I live in Maple Ridge, which is about an hour outside of Vancouver, Canada. I currently work in marketing and PR with tech startups, and in April 2020, I co-founded a website called howbusy.com, which shows store wait times, lineups, and relevant information during COVID. And to this day, we've had over 150,000 people use the website. It's been a very, it's been a very fun project to do over COVID, and kind of have brought some light to the situation, and people are still using it today.
Thank you, May. Elissa.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Sharon, for this opportunity. I'm Elissa. I'm from Brazil. I'm 33 years old. I was a Rotary exchange student in Chilliwack in 2004, 2005. Sharon was my host mother, and we kept in touch. Thanks God until now, after more than 10 years, I'm really happy I still get in touch with them. I'm a lawyer here in Brazil now. I work with corporate law. But besides that, I do I work with immigrants and refugees here in the city of São Paulo. We have a whole bunch of immigrants and refugees here. And during this COVID time, it was a very hard time for them because they have lots of difficulties. So we did a very nice project here, donating food and other products for them. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Nina from Finland.
Hi everyone, I'm Nina. As Eli mentioned, I live in Finland at the moment, and I was an exchange student years and years ago. I don't know if I should say how many years ago, almost 20 years ago. And that's how I know Eli, and we did amazing traveling with Eli. We went to States on a road trip, and I will never forget that. And since then we have met with Eli in Canada, of course, but also in the Netherlands and in Belgium, at least.
Where you were
So
working.
we have stayed in touch. I currently live in Finland, but I work for the European Parliament. So great part of my work is actually in Belgium. So I'm used to coping with the different time zones and having people from all over Europe and all over the world connected via laptops and iPads. So I'm really looking forward to this project and cooperation together.
Yes, thank you, Nina. And Nina has a beautiful little girl. Yeah.
So if you wonder, the noise is coming from the background.
Oh, okay.
She's years
now, Katarina. Thank you, Nina. We'll hear more from you. Katarina, Nina. Would you unmute yourself, please?
There we go. Hi, everybody. My name is Catarina. I'm originally from Brazil. I moved to Canada when I was 8, and everyone typically calls me Nina, but I guess we can go by Catarina here. I was part of Rotary when I was an exchange student. I went through the CS Rotary Club, and I did my exchange in France. And now that was 4 years ago. I can't believe it. And now I'm studying international relations at the University of British Columbia in the Okanagan in Kelowna. And I'm in my 3rd year. And I'm really excited to be a part of this. Thank you for the opportunity, Ellie.
Great. Now I lost Carlo. Where did he go? Did I miss him or what?
Yeah.
Oh, he's there. You switched spaces on my screen, so I think you're the last one. Let me know if I missed anybody after Carlo.
So my name is Carlo Geat. I am from Italy, and I was an exchange student to Osoyuz 3 years ago, where I met Ali and Catarina as well. And right now I'm studying in my 3rd year of university in Milan. I'm studying finance and economics, and I'm very excited to be here with you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all. It looks like we have a lot of experienced and studious person here. Some have, after the youth exchange, obtained amazing careers. And, some of you are still studying towards that career. It's nice that some of you already know each other. And so for today, our goal is to help you understand how this will work. In my letter, I tried to be as clear as possible that this will be your club. You guys take on the leadership, but it will be under the umbrella of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. We will help you through this. We will guide you. You will decide when you want to meet, how you want to meet. Zoom for us has worked. For the time being, I will ask President Tammy permission to use this same Zoom link and set up meetings on this Zoom link. That does mean that one of you will get permission to actually schedule a meeting if it's not scheduled by one of the members of the E-Club. And that's something that we need to discuss. For May, I would suggest, because May is not familiar with Rotary, as most of you are, but the way we work, most of you know how Rotary works and how Rotarians used to meet once a week, and that is not necessary. All we ask from you that at least one of your members meet with our club during one of our coffee chats or our fellowship assembly, and that you meet with us on together once a month, and possibly invite one of our members to help you, or at least sit in on the meeting to help you answer questions. Let's start with questions from you, because it's not clear to me if you understand the whole thing. So is anybody have some questions, or should I go down the line?
I just want to say that May's a very fast learner.
Well, that's good. Okay.
Catch on very fast, very quickly.
Before we go ahead on questions, I think they're all fast learners because they're still young. Even though Nina said she was on her exchange 20 years ago, she's still young. What I was going to say now. See, that's what happens when you're old, you forget. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about something. Yes, I'm hoping that today at this meeting, we could identify one or two of you that are willing to start setting a group up together. You may want to even start up a Facebook page, start discussing a name or something to have your group together. You may even decide to do a Twitter account, whatever, but all the decisions are made by you and your peers that are taking part. We are going to set up something on Club Runner. I need to investigate how that best works, but you guys start, you roll the ball, you decide who's going to take charge, you discuss together, and we will share everybody's email with each of you. Some of you I had connected with via Facebook because I didn't have a current email address, and that has now, all been addressed. So let's start with, yes, Sharon, go ahead.
Yeah, just so you know, for those of you who don't know, Club Runner is basically Rotary's internal website where we can go and we can put documents, we can post our meetings on there, that kind of thing. It's been set up for Rotary.
It's our virtual filing cabinet.
Yeah. But we also host our website goes through there and everything. So, but our website you can actually access externally as well. So, yeah.
And I encourage everybody to explore the website and see what we are all about.
And the other thing I wanted to say is there are a number of people who could not join us today that are very interested in this. One of my past Interact students, who's now a doctor in Ireland, she's very interested, but she wouldn't be available until after the 15th. So you're not it. I just, you're not being put on the spot as you're being the only ones. There are others that are interested that just could not make it today for various reasons, schoolwork. We have another young lady in Edmonton here who just started a new job who is very interested as well. So there are other people around the world who are also very interested in this. So it's not just the 1, 2, 3, 4 of you that joined us today. There are a number of other ones as well. Okay.
And we also encourage you to invite others that may or may not be familiar with Rotary, that you think may be interested in this endeavor. Okay. Now, I'll be quiet and let you talk. Who would like to start? Elissa.
Yes, I have a question, actually. How is it happening with Rotary E-Club? Because I didn't know that exists, actually. Sharon told me, but I'm not aware that is going on here in Brazil. I'm not sure. So if you could just tell us a little bit more about it, if it was something that started on COVID or it was before COVID, and I don't know, just tell us something. I will search more after, and I just liked your fan page at Facebook. I read some things, but I'm not aware of everything. So
well, that's actually an excellent question, and you know, I just assumed that everybody knows. Rotary E-Club, actually, this particular club has been in existence since 2013. We were the first E-Club in Canada, and an E-Club basically is comprised of members who are not able to meet in person, attend their Rotary Club. When I started to work on a project in Mexico, I was gone for 6 months out of the year, and I didn't feel I could be part of my Rotary Club in Alberta anymore, because I was starting to get disconnected with the members. So when I learned that in 2010, Rotary International approved E-Clubs, who basically meet like we meet now. This is what an E-Club is all about. We meet online. We still do projects. We are involved in a number of projects. We are involved in the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, which distributes books throughout North America through Dolly Parton's enterprise. And we are involved with an education project in Guatemala, as well as in Mexico, Project Amigo. And we also do projects in our own communities. So Sharon started a great project. It's called A Little Bit of Service. So we as members, especially now with COVID, you know, we've been helping different people. And we may do little things. We may do a park cleanup. We may do paint somebody's fence or do groceries for somebody. And that is called community service. We also work together with other Rotary clubs that say, okay, this club is doing this or that. We can tag on to that. And I do a lot of work in Osoyoos. I attend all the meetings at the Osoyoos Club. So that's basically how the E-Club works. Our page, our weekly meeting are posted on our web page. And that's where we get the information, the inspirational material from, and stay updated on Rotary International's affairs, on polio, on other things, Rotary Foundation. And then every Thursday morning, we have a coffee chat, like similar to this, at 7 o'clock Pacific time, so an hour earlier than this. And we basically get together for fun, getting to know each other. We don't discuss business. And then once a month, we get together via Zoom, and we may have a speaker. We may have a presentation that a member may want to do. We also hope that in the future, once you guys are ready to roll, to address our club either during a coffee chat or the evening, because for Nina and Carlo, it will be very early in the morning to attend our evening meetings. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah. Just to clarify how we access our weekly meetings is they're posted Sunday evening, and we can come in at any time during the week. So there's a greeter message, there's music, there's Canadiana, there's usually a speaker, which is often a TED Talks. And we can just come in the morning in our pajamas, or in the evening with a glass of wine or a cup of coffee anytime during the day and the week, and we attend the meeting. And then we ask that a donation be made, a minimum of, I believe it's $10.
Canadian.
And for us, all that does is helps cover our administration costs, and any excess goes into our fundraising pot. So that's that's anytime. What is the slogan, Tammy? Anytime.
Rotary on demand. Sorry, you asked Tammy, but I don't see Tammy.
Rotary on demand. So we can come in any time and access this meeting during that week, and they're all archived as well, so we can go back and we can look at our past meetings. We have a YouTube channel where we post things like this. Our fellowships get posted there. So the once a month is called our fellowship, and that's where we get together, and it's an hour and we have fun. And like we're doing a potluck in October. Yeah, so everybody's going to bring a dish, and we can actually eat there and have our wine or whatever, and then we're going to share our favorite fall meal, our favorite fall dish. So, and at Christmas we've done things like the ugly sweater, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's how we work. Everything is virtual. And for me, for instance, my husband has some medical problems, so it was a challenge for me to actually stay involved in the manner I wanted to be involved in Rotary. And so that was my impetus for joining the E-Club. So, and I love it. I love it.
I'd like to encourage you all to go to our website and visit as a guest, and then you see how that works. And then once you've gone through the meeting material, you get there's a lot of Rotary material in there. And then towards the bottom, you can submit your attendance, and that counts as an attendance for our members. Any other questions?
Yeah, what are like the next steps after this meeting?
After this meeting, I am going to share everybody's email address, and I will be calling for some people to get together and start the ball rolling and get you guys to start discussing what you like to do, how you like to do it. I know you may have some questions about membership dues and other things. I will send out we discussed this further with our committee, some of the guidelines. And I'm in the process of developing an application form, and that will be sent. The link to that form is all online. We are, even though we're older, we are pretty tech savvy, and we know how to do computer stuff. And we have an online form that you can complete, and that would be your application for membership. And it explains some of the guidelines. So, we will send you to that application form. We direct you there, and then you can read up the guidelines. The admission fee, because we will have administration fees to Rotary International once we start applying on your behalf for you to charter. Once you have a minimum of 8 people, we can start the chartering process for you. And that could be a great celebration. And then we have annual dues, and there will be, because our district, you will be under the District 5370, which covers Alberta and parts of British Columbia and Saskatchewan. They have dues, and Rotary International has dues to basically, keep the administration possible. And the annual dues would be about $20 Canadian a month. And also, that's something that we will deal with later once you are accepted as an official club. But when you send in your application, we ask for a $30 admittance fee.
Admission fee, yeah.
Admission fee for the, and that's basically administration. Now, I should say that the minimum, the $20 per month Canadian adds up to $240 a year. That does cover the fees, but there will be some extra money that you will be able to use down the road if you want to start doing some projects. And down the road, you may want to start doing some virtual fundraising. And I know you young guys, you young people, you come up with amazing ideas. So that will be also your project, and we will help you. We will mentor you, but we can learn a lot from you, and we're looking forward to basically work together.
I'm wondering, Ellie, also if we could have an intermediary step here and make another invitation to some of the people who couldn't come today and have another Zoom meeting as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that we should maybe take that step and contact those other people and see if we can have another time or another date after the 15th or something like that that might work for people.
Yeah.
And then anybody that's here today could still join us again, and then you would meet some more of these of the young leaders that we've approached. Also, I just want to add on to what Ellie said, that if you know anybody, because I don't have the contact information for a lot of the people. Lee, for instance, I don't know if you have any of them. I had another Interact, Sarah Bester. I don't know if she was involved, if she was invited to come, Ellie, but she was an interactor as well. She was fairly new.
She was invited.
Yeah. Yeah.
My thought actually, and that's something that I'd like you guys to decide on, is that for those that couldn't come, that you take the lead, because now you learned a lot. We will be at that meeting to answer questions you're not able to add, but I think it's important that you start, that we let your hands go, let go of your hands and become independent, because I think you're all very independent individuals. And personally, I think it may be a good idea for you to start planning what you want to do now. And when future others that had shown an interest but not able to attend, I will include those in my email and let you know who those people are. Then you can start communicating with them also. Is that, how do you feel about that, you guys? Yeah? Any more questions?
Yes, I have one more.
I would like to ask if you are aware of any other
go ahead, Nina.
international e-club.
I am not aware of an international e-club such as this. I am aware of a Rotaract club, that's an e-club, but not a club that consists of former alumni, as you may call it. Like you are alumni, most of you, but minus one. So this is, as far as I understand, unique, that the members will basically consist of former youth exchange student and former interactors and former Rotary Global Grant recipients, scholars that have studied international studies with sponsorship from Rotary International.
And I don't think there's another satellite club that's attached to an e-club like this.
No,
and so, yeah, Ellie is saying that, we are looking forward to the energy of your club and maybe partnering with you down the road in projects or whatever. But you also would have the benefit of our years in Rotary and our expertise as our leaders in our clubs as well, Terra clubs as well as e-clubs, because most of us have been leaders in a we call the regular clubs where they meet once a week.
Terra clubs.
We call them Terra clubs.
Terra clubs.
So, so you have the benefit of that expertise and experience that we have, and I don't think there's another club like this in the world, in the Rotary world. So you would be a first. And I think that's very exciting. So
now, Elissa had another question.
It was exactly the same question Nina did. So
okay,
great, thank you.
Okay.
Just one thing. The regular clubs, are they going on with the meetings or no?
Some are here in Osoyoos. They have been meeting, but they're wearing masks. And others are meeting via Zoom. So
some aren't meeting, yeah.
Yeah, and some have turned into hybrid clubs where some small group meet in person and the rest can view online. I'm really bad for interrupting people, and you know why that is? Because if I don't say what I want to say, I forget what I was going to say. Yes, this is what I was going to say. It'll always come back. Once you are officially Satellite Club, you can go to any Rotary meeting in the world as a Rotarian. You become Rotarians, okay? So that's also really exciting. So if in your community, you have a Rotary Club, you can go in there and, you know, you will probably want to have name badges or something, or even a card that you can show, you know, that you can come up with yourself and say that you're a member of the Satellite E-Club. So that's another thing it's an advantage. And, you know, it's not the reason we joined Rotary, the networking, but when Rotary started, it started for purpose of networking. People, you know, business people got together and people starting doing business with other Rotarians. And that's still very true in today's world, but it's not the reason. We join, for us, the reason is fellowship and sharing and doing good in the world, you know, doing projects and that. And Carlo, do you have a question? Oh, Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy first.
I'd like to add to that, because when I joined Rotary, I didn't really know much about it. And my perception was that it was a group of stuffy old farts that got together for lunch once a week. And I have to tell you, it's far from that. I have met some of the most amazing people. I have traveled all over the world too. I was a tour manager for 10 years, and I would go to Rotary clubs wherever I traveled, and really still keep in touch with people. And it's the connections, the fact that even in our own club, we're all pretty dynamic group, and we get together even in pod meetings. So for instance, I'm going to be traveling to Kelowna next week, and so I'm going to get together with Ellie and another Rotarian from Edmonton who's going to be in the area, and I'll probably see Sharon as well. And we do that quite often within our own club. Groups of us have gone to Mexico, Guatemala, make a vacation, visit with Rotarians. This is a really awesome way to connect with people all over the world, and they'll be your friends for life.
And Rotary, Ellie mentioned about connecting with your own Rotary clubs in your community. We have 4 now in Chilliwack, and I join them to do their projects. And I have in the past. I actually traveled to Nepal with one of the Rotary clubs. And now our club is putting a bit of a proposal together to give them a bit of funding, the nonprofit group in Nepal. I'm just waiting for a proposal from the nonprofit. I was very impressed with the nonprofit there and what they're doing in Nepal with street kids and children and the education and the getting them back on track. So I traveled with them. They extended an invitation for me to come with them. And that was their project. They went to visit a school up there. So we do stay connected with the Rotary world in many ways, with our travels, with our visits, with online. And in Chilliwack here, Lee, you were asking about, are they still meeting? They are doing a Zoom, but the club has about 170 members, and about 40 to 50 people meet regularly via Zoom. And they just had their annual Rotary book sale, but it was a one-day event outside instead of being a one-week event in the local mall. So Rotary is still going. They're still very, very active around the world and involved around the world. They're just changing the way they do it because we have a new normal. Everything's changed, right? So.
You might also want to consider this Saturday, we are having our annual district conference on a virtual platform for the first time ever. And this was something that Ellie, when she was chair of the conference committee, really pushed for this idea. And it's unfolding. It's free. You can simply go on to, it's virtual 5370, Rotary Virtual 5370. And you can register, you can pop in and out. We have some great guest speakers lined up. And I think you'll find a good way. As of yesterday, there were 346 people registered to attend, which is amazing considering that, you know, we usually get about 300 in person. So we're pretty excited. Ellie worked on this project for a couple of years leading up to it, and it's pretty exciting that we're doing this virtually.
Sharon, maybe you would like to put the website in the chat box for everybody. Carlo, I'd like to hear from you. Any questions, any thoughts?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's great. All everything you've said, it's really interesting project. I'm happy to be part of it. And I was thinking, because there is so much international presence in this club, is there going to be the projects are going to be mostly based in one country, or are we supposed to create projects that are
that's all up to you. That's all up to you. Like, we are in Guatemala, we are in Mexico, we've done something in China, in India. You know, you guys form your own board, your directors, your committees. I did share the, I think I did share the Satellite Club guidelines. You may want to read through that. And, you know, feel free to ask questions. Whenever you have questions, that's our role, to help you through this. But we'd like you to take charge and say, this is what we want to do. One of you may think of an amazing project, and if everybody agrees, you go ahead and do that. You can promote even the Dolly Parton Library project, or anything you want to do. It's in your own country, in another country, you decide.
To give you an example, one of the ideas we've been exploring, we haven't gone any further than exploring at the moment, but was a cross Canada walk, where Rotary clubs and other service clubs across the country would walk in one. We would do it over a day or maybe over a weekend, and with the goal of raising money towards food banks in everyone's area. So a percentage of the money raised would go to food banks. Hunger is a you know, an issue around the world. So that's an idea of something that you could think about. There's lots of good ones out there.
Nina, do you have any more questions or comments?
Are you talking to me?
No, Nina Salorante.
I wasn't sure if it's Nina or Nina.
Okay, I will call Katarina, not Nina. Yeah.
Sounds very interesting, and I have to say I need to read a bit more also about the guidelines, because it gives a lot of opportunities, and we just have to be really open-minded to create something new. So sounds really interesting, and we should definitely
So
try the benefit of.
You're in?
Yes, I'm in.
Carlo, you're in? Katarina, you're in? May? I'm sure Sharon will help you with more Rotary, but you know, our website and Rotary International website. And Elissa, sounds great. We're here to support you. Okay. Katarina, do you have any questions?
A lot of the things that I was curious about, many of you had asked. So, and with the links that are shared and more information coming forward about dues and stuff, I think that will answer everything. But yeah, I'm in.
Great. Well, that's a really good start. I really appreciate you taking the time, and you will hear from us. We'll have a meeting with our committee soon to, you know, discuss some of the further details. But we'll be in touch with you, and we'll share with you also the contacts of the others that have shown an interest. Okay? Tammy, any more comments?
If you have any contacts and you'd like to send them to any of us, you have our contact information. I mean, you might not have mine, but Lee does, May does. If you know of anybody else that you think might be interested in joining this, I think it's going to be extremely dynamic.
Yeah, I know a couple of names. I will send it to you.
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
And you know, you share those names, like you guys are going to be in charge, right?
Yeah.
So you start collecting the names, but share with us, because we will be setting up initially on our Club Runner site. Like our home is your home, okay? But you have your own room, okay? Your own bathroom, everything.
Yeah.
You cook your own meals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've started a database of anybody that's interested, so it'd be nice
Yeah.
to keep that up.
And we can share that with, you know, we'd like to, in the near future, identify 1 or 2 leaders who say, you know, I want to take on a bigger role. Some may say, you know, I don't have time to take on a bigger role, and we're not asking you to spend hours. You know, this doesn't need to be a very time-consuming thing, but it will be an exciting thing. It will be very
Initiative,
exciting,
yeah.
and getting to know each other. Okay. Okay.
Anything else? Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Congratulations on becoming an